fucking hate it when she gets like that. I hate it when they do that. Why does he act like that? Why do do that? Why does she do that? Why does she act like that? That is something that we have all said. That's something that we all say. That's something I know. I say it all the time. I say it a whole lot, and I know we all do. Somebody does something or somebody presents a certain side of their personality at times that just irritates us, that we don't like, that makes us mad, that frustrates us because they're not being the way that we want them to be. But Carl Jung talked about several different parts of the human psyche. Talks about ego, the shadow, collective conscious, collective unconscious, the anima, the animus, all different parts of the human psyche. And there's one in particular that's really interesting that tells you a lot about yourself and you don't know it. It's called the shadow. We all have a shadow part that's buried deep down into our subconscious that we don't really know is there, but it makes up a lot of who we are and a lot of what we do. And the problem is because we don't know it's there and we don't know it, we don't recognize it, we can't work on it. One of the best things to realize what parts of your shadow you need to work on and integrate is when someone else does something or acts a certain way that you just don't like or that irritates you, because that's parts of yourself that you see in that person that you don't like about yourself. So at that moment, that person is acting like a part of you that you don't like. That's the shadow self. Now you might say, I'm not like that, I don't do that. Deep down in your subconscious, that's why it's called the shadow. It's buried into your subconscious. It's something that you've tucked away from as a kid or over the years, a part of you that you didn't like, that you wanted to hide away and tuck away. And it comes out when you see it in other people. That's when you realize that it's a part of you. Now, I was having a talk with my fiance today, and she was kind of upset with herself, and so was I, and we get this certain type of way about us. I can't explain it. We get, if you want my opinion, it's like in my head, it's like a woe is me self, both of us. I'm very guilty of it too, but we seem like we both do it, and we both act out and lash out on each other for it, so on and so forth. Either way, the part that's important about it that I realized in that moment when she said that I'm sorry that I get the way I get, and I said that I'm sorry that I get the way I am sometimes, I realized that parts about your person, your fiance, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the parts that you don't really like about them, the parts that irritate you, the parts that get on your nerves, make you mad, all these things, the parts that test you, the parts that challenge you, that they're there for a reason. Because that's a part of you that you need to work on, part of you that needs to be better, part of you that needs to be brought out, and instead of placing blame onto somebody else for being a certain type of way, that was an opportunity for me to see how I am and what I need to work on and what about myself that I need to better. So instead of pointing your finger and saying, I hate it when you get like that, or I hate it when you do that, realize that they're presenting parts of themselves that you don't like within yourself. And that's a chance for you to look into that and work on it. Your partner, your significant other, your husband, your wife, your fiance, your boyfriend, girlfriend, if they're truly the one for you, if they're the one you're meant to be with, they're there not only for you to love them, but they're there to challenge you. I talked about that in the Twin Flame video. They're there to challenge you, to make you better. So when you see yourself getting irritated at somebody for being some type of way, that's the time when you stop and you think about what it is that's upsetting you and why, because it's a part of you. That's inside you. And that's a chance for you to level up, for you to make yourself the best version that you can be.